Brought to you by Dogra A1 Digital Hearing Aid Center Jammu, offering special discounts for senior citizens and reimbursement scheme for government employees. Hello viewers, you're watching Jammu Links News. I'm Mannat Gupta and welcome to the daily updates of Midday News. Let's begin. Jammu and Kashmir recorded its highest single-day spike of 1,079 coronavirus cases on Thursday, taking the infection tally to 39,943, while the death toll due to the disease rose to 743 with 11 fatalities. Among the new cases, 622 were from the Jammu region and 457 from the Kashmir Valley. It is also for the first time that the number of positive cases in Jammu region was higher than the Valley. There are 8,441 active cases of the coronavirus disease, while 30,759 patients have recovered so far. Inclusive socio-economic development of all the districts across J&K is the top priority of the government. Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha made these remarks during his visit to District Budgam on Thursday. He further promised efficient administration and doorstep delivery of public services during his day-long visit to the district. The visit was the latest in a series of continuous district and public outreach meetings initiated by the Lieutenant Governor for taking the first-hand appraisal of the people's issues and the development scenario therein.
कवर हो रहा है और घर में नल और इनफ वाटर
पीने के वाटर की बात
एक आपकी तरफ से जनाब वो एक जानकार रहता है
वो सब किसी भी जगह नहीं है मरगांव में
और जो पंचायत हैं उनको पावर दे करके उनको मुस्तकम करके ग्रास रूट सतह पे ये भारत सरकार
India's COVID-19 tally went past 39 lakh on Friday with 83,341 fresh cases reported in a span of 24 hours, while the number of recoveries crossed the 30 lakh mark, pushing the recovery rate of coronavirus patients in the country to 77.15% according to the Union Health Ministry. The total number of COVID-19 cases mounted to 39,36,747, while the death toll due to the disease climbed to 68,472, with 1,096 people succumbing to it in a day. The COVID-19 case fatality rate has further declined to 1.74% in the country. The Jammu and Kashmir administration has so far brought back over 3.89 lakh residents of the Union Territory who were stranded in different parts of the country due to COVID-19 restrictions, according to official data. In total, 134 special trains arrived at the Jammu and Udhampur railway stations from different parts of India, with about 1,17,115 passengers, it said. Data showed that till date, 2,72,098 people arrived in Jammu and Kashmir by road. Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh R.K. Mathur called on Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh and discussed a wide range of development-related issues pertaining to the Union Territory. While discussing the various projects, Dr. Jitendra Singh said, Prime Minister Narendra Modi accorded highest priority to Ladakh and other peripheral regions. He said it was for the first time under the Modi government that Ladakh has been granted a university, a medical college and an engineering college. Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha on Thursday ordered an inquiry into the delay in construction of a mosque at the shrine of revered Kashmiri Sufi saint Nuruddin Wali at Charare Sharif. Sinha visited the revered shrine and prayed for lasting peace in the valley during a tour of the Budgam district. Sinha interacted with the locals there and took a round of the complex where he directed officers to provide the best possible facilities to the devotees. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday said 1.3 billion Indians have embarked on one mission to create an Atmanirbhar Bharat, which seeks to merge the local with the global and ensure the country's strengths act as the global force multiplier. Time and time again, India has shown that our goal is global good, said Modi in his special keynote address at the third Leadership Summit of the US-India Strategic Partnership Forum by video conference.
India has shown that our goal is global good. Despite our large local needs. We did not shy away from our global responsibility.
Two centers for invention, innovation, incubation and training, which are coming up at a cost of rupees 360 crore in Jammu and Kashmir in collaboration with Tata Technologies, will be completed by November this year. In this connection, a team from Tata Technologies led by Pramod Thavare, India Head Education Initiative, called on Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha at the Raj Bhavan. The two institutes are being built at Government Polytechnic College, Jammu and Kashmir, Polytechnic College, Baramulla. Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha took a review of the Industries and Commerce Department to assess the activities taken up by the department in strengthening the investment ecosystem in the Union Territory of J&K. After a threadbare discussion, the Lieutenant Governor directed the officers to identify district-wise specific investment sectors in consultation with the business community of that particular district, identifying 20 investment projects for immediate grounding, 10 projects each for Jammu and Kashmir, and creating a real-time dashboard for monitoring of timely grounding of these projects. Advisor to Lieutenant Governor Farooq Khan on Thursday underscored the need for coming up with alternative activities under J&K Women Development Corporation so that sufficient and productive employment opportunities for women would be created across Jammu and Kashmir. The advisor, who is also the chairman of Jammu and Kashmir Women's Development Corporation, was speaking at the 25th Board of Directors meeting of the corporation. Speaking on the occasion, Advisor Khan hoped that more socio-economically backward women would be aided under income gathering schemes and programs. Divisional Commissioner Jammu Sanjeev Verma on Thursday held a video conference meeting with Deputy Commissioners of border districts to review the progress on construction of individual and community bunkers along the border in the division. The Deputy Commissioners apprised the Divisional Commissioner about the progress of works on under construction individual and community bunkers in their respective districts. It was informed that a total of 7,533 bunkers, including 6,603 individual bunkers and 930 community bunkers, have been completed so far, while work on 9,905 is under execution and are at different stages of construction. Financial Commissioner Health and Medical Education Atal Dhullo on Thursday chaired the meeting of Constitution of Governing Body of J&K Employees State Insurance Society and framing of rules, regulations and allied bodies for its smooth functioning here. The society is scheduled to serve as the managerial and healthcare body to the Employees State Insurance Corporation for administration and management of medical benefits and medical establishments presently under Employees State Insurance Scheme. Inspector General of Police Jammu Zone Mukesh Singh paid 2-day extensive visit to District Rajouri to review the security, law and order and crime scenario of the district. He interacted with the officers and jawans of the district and chaired jurisdictional officers meeting in DPL Rajouri. He directed officers to strengthen intelligence gathering mechanism to foil any attempt by anti-social elements. Close liaison should be maintained at every level and the officers supervising different components should be briefed accordingly. India's armed forces are capable of handling aggressive Chinese actions in best suitable ways, Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat said on Thursday. Remarks that came against the backdrop of China's attempts to change the status quo in certain areas in eastern Ladakh. In an interactive session at the US-India Strategic Partnership Forum, General Rawat said, India's policy of engagement is not backed by credible military power and regional influence, would imply acknowledging China's preeminence in the region.
We have devised strategies to deal with a primary front depending on which front we wish to address as being primary, considering the other front as secondary. We have earmarked forces for that, and we have conceptualized our strategies to deal with such threat scenarios emerging on both our borders.
An army officer was injured in an encounter with terrorists in Baramulla district of Jammu and Kashmir on Friday. Security forces launched a cordon and search operation at Yedipura in Patan area of Baramulla district in North Kashmir following specific information about the presence of terrorists. In the initial exchange of firing, an army officer has sustained injuries and the injured was taken to 92 Base Hospital for treatment. The 270-kilometer-long Srinagar-Jammu National Highway, the only all-weather road connecting Kashmir Valley with the rest of the country, was closed yet again on Friday due to landslides and shooting stones triggered by rain. Officials said there was fresh landslide at Panthyal and several other places in Ramban due to overnight rain. The road clearance operation was being hampered due to continued landslides and shooting stones.